sound card works perfectly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Harlequin here. And a little while back, I tweeted out, in response to a lot of people liking the free-for-all games, I tweeted out that there simply were not enough free-for-all games out there. And in particular, I challenged you all to find me a free-for-all game with one of every race in there. And about a day later, somebody submitted this to me. So living up to my promise, I'm going to go ahead and cast this. I have not watched it, but it is a 6-player free-for-all on Ashes of Typhon, the 6-player map. So let's go ahead and get this started. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to remind everybody, this Friday the 25th, aka tomorrow or today, depending on where the hell you live, we're going to have the Game Replays Open Season Tournament number 1. I'll be casting that with 5-Star General. There's going to be a stream for that. I'll be sure to put that in the description. But you should check that out if you haven't already signed up or whatever. I think there's like 98 people or 100 people signed up, something like that. So should be really fun. Anyhow, let's take a look at this map here. So this is pretty interesting. Again, anybody who missed me talking with Clint Tasker, we were talking about discussing kind of how free-for-all maps came to be and whatnot. So if you're familiar with Ashes of Typhon as a 1-versus-1 map, you'll recognize this will look eerily familiar because it is. It's just been hollowed out a lot more on the sides. The footprint is totally different, but this is normally one base here, and there's normally another base here, and you normally would come all the way up here and connect together through the middle, and you'd kind of fight over the power node, which in this case is going to be a victory point. And then certain little spots like this here, this would normally be the edge of the map. This would just be like a little like nook here in the corner here with this all walled off. Anyhow, we're going to take a look at that. Again, just a quick overview in case people hadn't seen too many free-for-all games. We've got 1,500 points. Everybody's trying to get up to 1,500 points. There are like seven there are 7 victory points scattered throughout. You gain victory points just by controlling any number of them. You can destroy a victory point by wrecking its power supply temporarily. And all of that. I'm going to introduce the players real quick. We've got, by the way, at least 2 of these players are really good, and at least 2 of these players are incredible noobs. And I have not watched this replay yet, so I think it'll be very entertaining. We've got Nate M today. He's going to be playing as the Lictor Alpha, as the orange player. Right across from him, we are going to have, it's 8 Sep Max Crew. I'm just going to go with IMAX Crew. Is that it? IMAX Crew? Sure. He's playing as the Warspider Exarch for the Eldar. All the way over here, we've got, it's going to be Nubovic playing as the Chaos Sorcerer here. He's going to be the purple Chaos player. Down here, we've got Zemnas playing as the Tech Marine for the Space Marines. All the way across here as green, we've got Geraldo BSN? Geraldo. I'll call him Geraldo. That sounds pretty fun. He's going to be playing as the War Boss today for the Orcs. And last but not least, we've got WN Busy playing today as the Commissar Lord for the Imperial Guard. Let's get this started. Busy, I definitely know he has posted on the forums plenty of times. By the way, if you guys ever want to drop by and just say hi, check out my forums on GameReplays.org. I have it in the description of all of my videos and on the side of my channel, as well as my email address for submitting replays. All sorts of basic questions that people ask me all the time are just available on the side of my channel. You should just go check it out. Also, by the way, all of my replays are wonderfully arranged in playlists on my channel, too. It's a lot easier. So for those of you who are always wondering, like, oh, how do I find part 2 or whatever, just go to my thing, look it up. So let's get a feel. I kind of figured I'd let this game steep a little bit, let it develop, and just kind of see what everybody's building here. So let's do the rounds here. Looks like Geraldo has got a normal build here. He's got Sluggas and 2 Shooters. Looks like Nate M has got double Hormagaunts and a Termagant Brood. That seems more or less the same here. His Lictor Alpha is taking quite a beating, though, right now, because we do have Howling Banshees and Guardians out right now for IMAX Crew. And his Warspider Exarch is just kind of bouncing all over the place. Pretty much everybody's just going to be capping all of their own stuff at first and then fighting with their neighbors. That's pretty much what you can always expect. Here we can see Howling Banshees just kind of fighting sword on claw here versus these Hormagaunts right now. They are quite outnumbered, though. Double Hormagaunts backed up by a Lictor Alpha, backed up by Termagants. Those Howling Banshees are going to get wrecked. And wrecked they did get. How many of them are left there? Looks like 2 of them are left. Yeah, taking 3 kills. Oh, 1 left there as we see the flesh hooks popping onto that Lictor Alpha, wrecking that bottle there. So first victory goes here to Nate M. Let's take a look around. I'm sure other people are fighting. Down here you can see Zemnas, the Tech Marine here, is kind of exchanging a little bit of fire with the Chaos Heretics. Nubovic, by the way, went for 1 Chaos Heretic and 2 Chaos Space Marine squads. Again, I'm just going to jump around the map here and just keep track of all of this. Here's our first little fighting between Geraldo and between Busy. We can see a little bit of fighting going on here. Oh, Busy's losing quite a number of guardsmen here on the top. and now being doggedly pursued by all of these Slugger Boys. The Slugger Boys are taking quite a beating, but the Shooter Boys are doing exactly what they want, which is standing still and shooting like mad. Ooh, double Slugger Boys, double Shooter Boys. A lot of Tier 1 spam coming out of these guys in free-for-all games. It seems like not a bad idea, especially if you need to hold on to territory a lot early on. And this poor Commissar, I believe that is a surround. Look at that gentleman right there. Oh, God, he's never going to get out of there. That Commissar goes down, so a really rough start for Busy. Looks like he went for a triple guardsman build. Took quite a few casualties there, lost his Commissar. I believe I saw the War Boss. Yeah, he's down here. He took quite a beating, too, but he managed to get out of there. Looks like Tech Marines and Tactical Marines here getting beaten up as well for Zemnos. So yeah, kind of get an idea what's going on right now. Really, the only big the only big thing going on, and this is kind of no surprise, is that it looked like early game our Warspider Exarch friend, Mr. IMAX Crew, managed to cap the center, so he got a 2-to-1 lead right there. And during all of this fighting, I think, oh yes, the Chaos Space Marines were never able to actually cap their victory point because it was destroyed by the Tech Marine, I believe. So that's kind of an annoying start right there. But more or less, you know, everyone's kind of the same here. Once again, we've got some fierce fighting going on here between the Imperial Guard and the Orcs on this side of the map, fighting to the death over this victory point right now. You can see our Orc friend Geraldo does not actually control a victory point. So we've got Shooter Boys upgraded with a knob here, just kind of fighting away like crazy. Guardsmen here taking quite a few casualties. Oh my god, Guardsmen dying left and right, but that's okay, man. Plenty more Guardsmen where that came from. Guardsmen retreating away like all over the place. And here we have the Commissar Lord now showing up with his Power Sword. Not a bad upgrade to be getting indeed if you want to be charging through a whole bunch of Slugger Boys. Oh god, these Slugger Boys are just being vicious. You can see just pursuing away like mad. The War Boss getting in all of this action here. And looks like this very last Guardsman is retreating away here. Oh god, he just barely makes it out of there. And once again, this Commissar is being beat to death here. He's going to have to get on out of there. The triple Guardsman opening apparently not that effective against the Mass Tier 1 Orc opening here. Or at least they haven't had very many advantageous positions. But no! Oh god, the War Boss goes down. Let's take a look around the rest of this map here and see what's going on. It looks like the rest of Geraldo's troops here have just kind of gone on a rampage. He's going all over the place today. He wants to cap victory points, apparently. Let's take a look around here at Blue. Blue's having the most luck right now. Ooh, there must have been some firing over here. Perhaps, perhaps not. Let's see. Blue is definitely in the lead right now with 152 points, 2 victory points. And as you can see, he controls a vast amount of this territory here. He controls stuff down by Geraldo's turf, and he controls a bunch of stuff up here by Nubovich's turf. So it looks like the Chaos Sorcerer right now taking quite a bit of damage. These guys down here are just kind of worshipping away. Not sure that that's doing any help at all. And now you can see these Assault Marines just kind of leaping on in, hacking away at these guys. Tactical Marines and Tech Marine here, firing away like crazy. That's going to work pretty well until these guys start detonating, I think. You can see it looks like, oh no, his Chaos Heretics are getting murdered. Never mind, his Chaos Heretics, ooh, that's not good at all. An entire squad of Chaos Heretics lost there. Nubovich about to lose another squad of Marines, but it looks like they're going to get out of there, and instead he's going to pay the price with his generators. Oh, I'm sorry, there is one more squad there. But either way, Noise Marine's coming out there. Let's take a look around at Nate M. Nate M looks pretty gigantic right now, and he is currently skirmishing away here. You can see here, it looks like he's got a squad of Raveners who have been upgraded for the Devourer ability. He has got a Warrior Brood, and then all of his other Tier 1 units that we already saw. So Nate M is looking pretty beefy here in terms of Tyranid stuff. We'll have to see how that goes. And just massive T1 spam here for Geraldo. So here comes some more of that. We can see, ooh, landmines being dropped all over the place there by the Inquisitor. Mass Tier 1, though. You can see he's got a full grip here of Shooter Boys and Slugger Boys. Let's take a look around on this side of the map. So, yeah, it looks like that's kind of some people's strategy for these free-for-alls. Other people tend to just go for the standard 1 versus 1 kind of builds and tech up. But we're certainly seeing a lot of players here just doing nothing but spamming Tier 1 and trying their best to kind of fight with both neighbors at the same time. So here we can see these Guardsmen finally reclaiming some turf that should otherwise be theirs. Their generators are nicely safe. That's a nice thing, is that you do have some reasonably safe places to put generators on these maps. But anyhow, looking around, again, I spend most of my time just kind of looking at the mini-map, trying to see like where exactly conflict is happening. Let's take a look around right now at IMAX Crew. We can see that he's got his Guardian Squad, his Rangers, and his Howling Banshees. So he's going right to Tier 2. Nice little conservative opening right there. Putting quite a bit of damage here onto this Chaos Sorcerer, who mostly just whiffed there with those bolts. We can see a little bit of pretty good-looking Noise Marines here, just kind of spraying down those Howling Banshees. And then all the focus fire from the Chaos Marines is going to force them on out of there. Nice little retreating snipe here coming out of the scouts there, but nothing too fancy. Looking down here, let's take a look. So we've got Assault Marines here from Mr. Zemnas. Again, just kind of stabbing into his Geraldo friend's territory here. I like the fact that the Orc player is green. It makes it really easy in my mind. Green skin, yes. A little bit of shooting going on right now. It looks like the scout's going to have to get in here. My God, look at the size of this orcish horde right now moving along. This is like something out of Lord of the Rings right now. These guys are just going to kind of pour on into this territory here. Massive amount of troops out there for Geraldo, but I'm not sure he's distributing them very well because, as you can see, he controls one of the least amount of resources on this map right now, perhaps due to the fact that he's been so aggressively attacking both his neighbors at the same time. Let's take a look around here a little bit more and see what's going on up here. Oh, here we go. We got a Razorback on the field right now. Looks like Zemnas grabbed that from Tier 2. And now, just kind of looking around, that's totally uncountered. This Chaos Sorcerer, Nubovic, is going to have a little bit of trouble dealing with that. As you can see, Chaos Sorcerer is kind of deep into, it looks like deep into IMAX Crew's territory, fighting against the Eldar for the time being here. But now realizing they're a bit overextended and going to have to retreat. We do have some Wraithguard out in the field right now. Ooh, and a second squad of Wraithguard. So double Wraithguard, perhaps hoping to knock a humongous hole in the Tyranid horde that's been kind of bothering them. Both armies here fighting over this. You can see that's kind of funny. The Warp Spider Exarch was trying to cap that at the same time that they were trying to wreck that generator.